Hello everybody, it is Keiran and Tom from One Up Commentaries here. We have our guest Jesse, also known as Emo Mode Chester, who has helped us out on many occasions with live streams and such. He is going to be joining us for what me and Tom fucking love to talk about, that blue blur himself, the fucking amazing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Never heard of him.
We never know how to shut up about that little douchebag, but we have news about Sonic Prime and the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, so we want to just ramble about it, because, you know what, it's been a while since we recorded a discussion like one of these, so we said, fuck it, let's just do it. So,
there's really no better time to talk about this, the sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, other than now, until an official trailer drops in probably like another year.
We are recording this on Friday the 12th of February. It is 420 days away until we actually get to sit down and watch the Sonic 2 movie. So 420, but before we talk about the Sonic 2 movie, I think we also had another bit of news. I'm already going to go into some speculation. So, with all this Sonic news coming out, do you want to take a random guess that this is some of the shit that was meant to come out every month on 2020? Because if you remember, Sega was like, 2020 is going to be the year of Sonic the Hedgehog, and they were going to release like little bits of information every fucking month or something. But they never did.
I don't really remember them saying that. I think I remember, obviously, right before 2020 happened, they were going to do their annual Sonic the Hedgehog event thing that they'd done for the last few years.
South by Southwest.
I forgot what it was called. But yeah, they were going to do that, and then obviously they couldn't, because I don't need to tell you why. And I imagine they were probably going to talk about some more stuff there. I don't know if it would have. I feel like they've only just talked about Sonic Prime now. I don't think they would have talked about it at the time. Yeah, because like what I've got, I've written a fucking load of notes, and I did this at 7 a.m. So yeah, great. In December, we found out in December 2020 from a leak that Netflix and Sega were working on a new animated show, and then like a week or so into February of this year, we found out that Roger Craig Smith was leaving the role of Sonic after 10 years, and me and Kieran in the minority with this, but we're not too big on Roger Craig Smith's Sonic voice. But we'll go into that.
Don't get me wrong. Like he was okay, but like I'm happy to see it change because he became more samey rather than evolved like Griffith did. Because when he started, he sounded like he was in Shadow. Every time I hear Sonic in Shadow the Hedgehog, I constantly think, oh, that's Ryan Drummond, but it's not.
It's not. No. Unfortunately.
But and then if you listen to Jason Griffith in Sonic and the Black Knight, you hear like, wow, what a difference, what an evolution.
Yeah.
But with Roger Craig Smith, he's just kind of sounded the same over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. But going off from that, like, we found out that Netflix was... we found out Roger Craig Smith was leaving the role. Everyone poured their tributes and stuff. But then literally the day after, Netflix announced that, hey, that Sonic series that was leaked? Yeah, it's real, and it is called Sonic Prime. And then after that, more details about the voice actors started coming out. Like, we kind of know that all of the cast, like Tails, Amy, all of those guys, they're all leaving their roles.
Yeah.
But Mike Pollock is thankfully staying as Eggman. Thank fuck.
Yeah.
However, in the tweet that Mike said that he was staying in, he said he was staying in the game specifically. So I don't know if that retains to the show that's coming out or whatever. But
I mean, it'll be interesting to see a different take if that is the case for like the Netflix show or whatever. But
if it is a different voice for Eggman, I think it's ever since we saw Jim Carrey at the end of, specifically the end of the Sonic movie.
Yeah.
I think the evolution is not too outside the realms of possibility, because we're so used to hearing two like main versions of Eggman.
Yeah.
Like low, guttural, and sinister, or like low and mad. That's kind of been how Dean Bristow and Mike Pollock have always been about it. But when Jim Carrey went ham at the end of the Sonic movie, he had that kind of grit to it, but it's not too outside the realm of possibility that other people can do it. So I think if there's going to be a new voice actor, I think it's going to be possible, and whoever does it will do a good job. Is my point.
I don't really know who I'd say could do a good job. You know, I don't really know if Jim Carrey would reprise the role in like an animated form, but
But yeah, we found out that a bunch of the voice actors were leaving their roles. I think Sega let them all go because, according to Tara Strong on Twitter, you know who Tara Strong is. If you know anything about voice actors, you know who she is.
Yeah.
But she retweeted Roger's like announcement thing with like when Roger said "onward to new zones." Tara retweeted that saying she was like upset, like this is awful, and she blasted Sega for it, like this is unfair for such a good voice actor and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So she wasn't happy with it. So I'm guessing, like she knows a little bit more, and from my guess is Sega have let people go.
Yeah. Rather than it being more Roger's decision to leave, they've just sort of forced him out. But you know.
Yeah. Either they've like let him go, or they put him in a position where he's like, I think I'll just leave now. I don't know, and I don't think we'll find out until way, way later. But that's
honestly either is very plausible, because back when like in 2009, 2010, whenever Jason left, and when they were getting the new casting, I think at one point they were going to try and get Ryan Drummond back, but the problem is Sega told him that he would have to leave his voice acting union if he was going to voice Sonic again, and he was like, no, I'm not going to do that, because you know, if you're part of a union, you're basically set. So
unions are a good thing.
Yeah.
So
I can see why Ryan would turn it down then, but Roger Craig Smith, who wasn't in a union at the time, they took him on. But I mean, he's with Disney now, so you know he's sorted. But
yeah. Although there is a rumor that I think it was specifically Ryan Drummond's agent was contacted by Sega to say, hey, do you want to be Sonic again?
Yeah.
So whether or not like there's been any changes, or like I know you said about like you have to leave a union. I don't know, like if they're either trying that again, or they're like, you're in a union, that's fine. Do you want to be Sonic again? Honestly, I would love for Drummond to come back as Sonic, because I always loved his take on it.
He's always been my favourite.
Yeah, but personally, yeah. Although Jason Griffith, in Black Knight specifically, is very close.
Yeah.
If Jay Griff came back, I would not mind. But I think hearing Drummond again, because he was the one who did it the shortest, I believe.
Drummond did it from 98 to 2004, I think. Yeah.
So. But yeah, hearing him again would be great, because he always had the right sense of snark that I expect from like a Sonic who's always been kind of a teenager, and he always nailed it for me, especially in Heroes.
Yeah, and that's something I think a lot of sort of these voice directors forget, is that Sonic's supposed to be a kid. Well, he's meant to be 15, he's meant to be a teenager, but they make him
snarky
sound...
little douchebag, yeah.
Yeah, they make him sound way older.
That was my only issue with Roger Craig Smith's voice, because it felt too deep for a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Exactly, it really did.
And I don't think he had the snark anymore. It was more like, I'll be quippy like Spider-Man, but that's about it.
And his personality just sort of came across as, I don't really have time to, you know, do that kind of thing. Whilst with other Sonics, it was more, I'll help you after my nap, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Sonic's a good guy, but a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's snarky about it, and like that's always been how he is. But when it comes to the people he actually cares about, see Sonic in the IDW comics with Cream, he's like a big brother who's like, "You're the best of us, Cream." Like, aw, that's fucking sweet. That's what I say. That's what I expect from the Sonic. But talking about Prime, from what we do know, we know that Sonic Prime is going to be a 3D animated show with its first season having 24 episodes. It's 3D animated. The premise that we know of is, I've got this in quote, Sonic Prime will be a high-octane action-adventure in which the fate of a strange new multiverse rests in Sonic's hands. Sonic's adventure is about more than just a race to save the universe. It's a journey of self-discovery and redemption. So that is what we know about the premise. And the moment like you read the word multiverse, everybody's been talking about, is this going to be into the Sonic-verse, you know, multiple versions of Sonic? Personally, I don't think so.
No.
If there is going to be any sort of that, like, I'm not sure how they would go about it, but I don't expect to see anything that crazy. Especially if the Sonic voice actors have been let go, I don't see like them going to see different versions of Sonic. Personally.
Yeah. No, it's most of what it could be. I mean, because the weird thing is, like a lot of the early Archie comic stuff, they did. I think I remember there was this one strip from way back in the day where they actually did something like a multiverse kind of theory where Sonic goes and sort of recruits a whole bunch of other Sonics, which would mainly just gag characters. But this idea has been around for a long time, you know?
It's been around in so many different types of things, like the Marvel, DC, all sorts of stuff, just so that they have an excuse to try out a different take on the main character. If I was to hazard a guess, we see, like, it's a journey of self-discovery and redemption. I think like the main basis of what we are going to go off of is very similar to the start of Sonic X. They're in Sonic's world, or Mobius, whatever, and like Eggman's doing his Eggman thing, and then Sonic, being a snarky douchebag, fucks up, attacks Eggman, destroys a machine which creates this multiverse thing. So he has to redeem himself and discover himself along the way as he saves the different universes. By which I say different universes, I think it's going to be like Mobius, the humans world, because that's the big thing about like Sonic is, when it comes to like Sonic heroes and stuff, and like say Sonic 1, Sonic CD, it's always just been like Sonic and his friends in a cute and cuddly area. But here's the thing with that: when Sonic Adventure 1 showed up, there's real people. What happened there? You know. So I think this is like either an explanation, or it's going to be like this is how we're going to go to and from like different recognizable set pieces.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not too far out of the realm of plausibility that humans would be able to coexist in that world, because, I mean, I'm not trying to go sort of delve into theory stuff here, but a lot of the classic Sonic stages, like Starlight Zone, for instance, like that's a city, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point, like Spring Yard Zone and like Casino Night and stuff.
Yeah, so it's not completely out of the realm of plausibility that they would exist, but obviously they just didn't show up until Adventure 1 came around.
Oh yeah, also Forces. It's just a bunch of like weird Sonic, like anthropomorphic animals.
Yeah, you don't see any people, but you see the buildings which people could very well live in.
It's very inconsistent in terms of that sort of thing when it comes to the games.
Yeah.
So I think this is this multiverse is kind of an excuse to allow them to have freedom with that, I think.
Yeah. Which, I mean...
I was just going to suggest, like, what I thought the idea would be, and this is probably going to sound a little weird.
Yeah,
still the multiverse theory.
Yeah.
But, any of you ever seen the show, I think it was called Quantum Leap, where a guy's just going through several different dimensions, taking over the bodies of people and dealing with their own issues?
I think I've heard of it, or at least the title.
picture Sonic going through alternate dimensions, but instead of we seeing alternate dimensions of Sonic, it's still Sonic that we start with, but he's taking over the role of that universe as Sonic and has to deal with that sort of issue.
That might be interesting, actually.
That'd be a unique take, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm aware of the concept. I never watched it, but yeah, that would be interesting, because if he's redemption and self-discovery, that could fall into it, because what if he travels to a universe where Sonic is like a douchebag, you know? Yeah. Similar to like the alternate parallel universe with DC, when the Justice League ends up going to the realm where the Justice Lords are feared, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, the Injustice game.
Yeah.
Superman is a dick.
Well, we always kind of knew that. But
even then, like, that's another thing that even the Archie comics did, you know? There was Anti-Sonic who became Scourge, you know? Who was just...
Oh, God, Scourge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you think we'll see Scourge in the show?
Question. Was Scourge a work of Ken Pender's?
Yeah, he was.
Of course it
then
was.
No.
Then no, we won't yet.
Yeah.
Because, you know...
Yeah, it's Scourge. Anyway, another thing that we know is Man of Action, the studio behind the original Ben 10. They're going to be the showrunners whilst it's animated at Wild Brains Vancouver studio. Its target audience is kids aged to 6 to 11, obviously, and then of course it's got a little bit of pandering to the long-time fans, with an expected release of sometime in 2022. So that's what we knew. Yeah, that's what we know about Prime at the moment.
Which isn't much, but all I can really say is if you could make it like the beginning of Sonic X, but have the rest of it not be boring, I'd be happy. But you know,
and don't like hand fist the fucking shitty character that no one cares about, like Chris Thorndike, because that's the reason why not a lot of people liked X, was because Thorndike was a thing.
He had to be part of every story and get involved in every sort of interaction. It's just
one of so many people's favourite Sonic X episodes is when Sonic is helping that little girl in the wheelchair. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember Clement talking about that episode in his 06 review.
Yeah, do you want to know why that episode was so good?
Because Chris isn't it?
Chris isn't fucking in it. If it's going to be anything like Sonic X, from what I heard, I'm not sure if it was Man of Action or if it was Wild Brains Studio. I want to say it was Wild Brains. On their Twitter, someone asked them, like, what kind of feel are you going to go? Like, is it going to be dark? Is it going to be this kind of feel? I think they said it was... I could be wrong. It was going to be going off of the like Generator X kind of like sense, or a little bit darker thing. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. My thought process is if they, with the voice acting, the voice actors, they must have like a new like Sega in particular. I think they must have a new casting in mind or already. Because 2022 is only a year away, and if we're going to get trailers and stuff, it's going to probably have the new voice actors, because animation tends to play off of the voice actors' performance, you know?
And it's still it's still a year away. I very much doubt that Roger Craig Smith or anyone else would have done any voice work at this point.
Yeah, because my thought was, if it's going to be anything else, if it's not going to be a new cast, or if it's not going to be ready yet, I think Prime might be the last thing that Roger and everyone else did, but I highly doubt that, personally.
I highly doubt it as well, but we'll have to wait and see, you know.
Yeah, but another question. Sonic Prime, what do we think about the title? Because it constantly makes me think of Metroid, to be honest.
It just made me think of Amazon Prime, to be honest, every time I heard it.
Yeah,
but I didn't even think of
that's
Metroid
what I thought.
somehow, but yeah.
Well,
at first.
Well, to be fair, if it's like Amazon Prime, no one's going to be quicker at delivering than Sonic. Like
really out there.
It's gonna be like a fucking. If it was an Amazon delivery service, it would be next 5 minutes delivery instead of next day. But yeah, go on, Jesse. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, the title, I'm gonna say, might be the hell's the word I'm looking here for? Basically, I'll just say it. Referencing, like, that the Sonic that we go throughout the series, again, to go along with my theory, is the basic Sonic.
Yeah.
Basically the core person. The core Sonic that goes throughout.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Like, Prime is like either the ultimate or like the main basis, and the main Sonic that we see is going to be the Prime Sonic, and as he goes around, he is different Sonics. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not it's just going to be a fact of, hey, Sonic Prime, that sounds cool, let's go with that. Because I don't know if Sega's had a tendency to do that. So
yeah, that could be very possible as well. But if they wanted to make the title work into the show, then yeah, that's sort of the only explanation I can really think of.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Sonic Prime? Like, what do you want to see? Or I just want it to be good, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that because what you said, the target demographic was like 6 to 11.
6 to 11.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's Sonic. It's not meant for adult audiences anyway. My only hope would be that you could make the tone of it similar to Sonic Unleashed, because in my opinion, that is the best Sonic game that with the perfect tone.
Yeah, it's dark enough, but it still has the witty humour.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, they just went too overboard with it, trying to make it too cringy and kid-friendly, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, Colors, in terms of its writing, was decent, but it wasn't 100% in terms of its tone and direction.
Yeah, no.
I just want the show to kind of do it, again, kid audience, ages 6 to 11, but remember, and don't fall under, like, the trapping of everything that tries to be kid-friendly, which is, oh, they're young, so we gotta go slow, because, for some reason a lot of companies do that, because the mentality of being for kids is to, dumb it down.
Ultrally simplify it. To be honest, if you look back at, like, the shows, like, we watched when we were a kid, like, Ben 10, the original, that had a lot of, like, deep moments, like, when I think my favourite, like, part of the original Ben 10 is when they see their future selves, and you see, like, the Ben, which he's super buff, and he has the, like, upgraded Omnitrix and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and he was still fighting Vilgax and shit. Like,
he was like a massive celebrity, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was super deep,
yeah.
Man. Like, it dealt with a lot of issues and stuff. Like, I think I keep seeing it on Twitter recently, like, the greatest the last good cartoon that has come out is The Amazing World of Gumball, which I actually have to agree, that show's great.
I actually never watched it, but
watch it, dude. It's got so many references, and it is so self-aware it hurts, and it's amazing for it.
Gumball was the one where it's like cartoon characters but in, like, realistic wasn't it?
You have to get used to it, but it's brilliant. There's a whole episode where they do the Oregon Trail. No, that was Teen Titans Go. But either way, watch the show, it's good.
Yeah.
You don't, even though the audience is 6 to 11, you don't need to dumb it down. And I think with the fact that Man of Action, of original Ben 10 fame, behind this, I think they'll understand that, because if you look back at a lot of the old shows, like the original Transformers, all kinds of shows around that era, they had a long overrunning arc, and with serious issues, and I think these guys will nail that.
Yeah.
So, and, like, don't simplify it down, but make it crazy, because the greatest thing I loved about Sonic, because the song that is in our Discord right now that's playing on a playlist is Sonic Heroes, and that was my very first, like, 3D Sonic game, and the reason I loved that so much was I wasn't really following the story as per se, I was just loving what I was seeing and doing, because it was so like, go crazy, fuel. This is Sonic. He goes crazy and has fun with it.
Just really adrenaline pumping, you know. It gets you in.
And kids don't hold a lot of attention spans anyway. So if you want to catch their attention, just have fucking fun with it, and they'll be like, whoa, and their attention will be caught like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I think they should do. When it comes I don't want to say pandering, but of course there's going to be stuff for long-time fans in there. I think there's going to be like subtle moments with dialogue, but I also want them to have a lot of Easter eggs in like the background of shit. Like there's a frame where you can see like a scrap metal version of Silver Sonic from the Game Gear, you know?
Yeah. That would be nice.
What's that in the corner? Oh, it's big.
Oh god. Actually, you know what? If they fucking did the Sonic Adventure 2 thing where Big is just randomly in areas, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they sort of did that with the beginning of Sonic X, I remember, where he's just fishing whilst the entire thing is going down, you know, for like no real reason.
And then he appears like at episode 23 or something.
Yeah. So I've never even watched that far because it's boring. But
I remember watching Sonic X. I watched it on a shitty touch phone, and all the episodes were on YouTube because some wonderful person uploaded it. That's actually also how I found like the Great Clement and Some Call Me Johnny and stuff. But that was the era I found them. But I was watching Sonic X, and then I remember when I was watching it, the intro would constantly switch from the US version to the UK version, and I was like, oh, I like both these songs, so that's how I knew both of them.
Yeah, I think the UK version was the Sonic X?
Sonic X!
Yeah.
Sonic X! Yeah, that one.
But then the US version was the Gotta Go Fast.
Gotta go fast! Yeah, I was fine with both of those, but...
Can I just say, though, that shit was a knee slapper, Gotta Go Fast. That was actually really good.
It was a really good song.
Yeah.
And to be honest, one thing I would love, put fuck, I forgot his name. IDW writer
Ian Flynn.
Ian Flynn. Put him in the writer chair for Sonic Prime and the games for that matter.
Yeah, just put him in. Make him the head writer for everything Sonic.
That guy knows how to write a Sonic story. I don't care what anyone says. Like,
he cares.
Yes, he nails the comics. Everyone loves his work. If you ask a Sonic fan, do you like the comics that Ian Flynn has worked on? Most likely, if they're not a prick, they will say, yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah.
So, put him in charge. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. And he's been writing Sonic for nigh on 15 years now, because he started writing Sonic stuff in like 2006, I think, when he took over from Ken Penders, thank God. And that's when people think the comics really started to get good, is when he took over.
Yes, because it wasn't just shitty, like, oh, let's give Sonic a love angle.
Yeah, it's kind of
less said about Penders, the better.
Yeah. But he's been writing it a long time, and he clearly cares about the source material and the characters, and he knows how to write them. So
without doubt. But yeah, with that, do we have any like closing thoughts on Sonic Prime? Because we don't have a ton of information about the show, but
I will say I was actually completely unaware that it was Man of Action handling it, because like you, Keiran, like Ben 10, the original, was my childhood. I fucking adore that show.
I love that show. Although every time I go back to like scenes and I hear Grandpa Max talking, all I hear is Colonel Campbell.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I watched it before I even played Metal Gear Solid, and so it's kind of the opposite for me.
Yeah. But also, there was an episode where like Ben and Gwen and Max, they were all there trying to save this girl at, I think it was kind of like a Camp Crystal Lake sort of thing, but there was a girl there, and I knew the voice immediately. It was Jennifer Hale, who is Naomi and Emma from Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, there's another Metal Gear person that I know. So yeah, that was one of my childhood things.
But yes, if they're in charge, again, to be honest, it was really only the original Ben 10 for me that I binged. I didn't really watch a whole lot of the other stuff. But
Alien Force was good, I'll say that.
Yeah, but like, I mean, they were managed to keep, a top-notch quality throughout that entire run. So I feel like this show would be in good hands with them because you know
they're the showrunners. In terms of the animation, like I said, I think it's going to be fine. But yeah, I think unless there's anything you want to throw out there, Jesse, because that was a good point you brought up about how like Sonic would take over the different Sonics in different universes.
Don't have too much. Just my gut says, the show's gonna be all right. Because again, already in good hands. Because I grew up a little bit with Ben 10. I don't know how. Just oh cool, new show on Cartoon Network. Cool, let's watch it. It's fun.
Yeah.
And then, like, after a while, because I was a dumb kid in 2005, I kind of got bored.
I also loved the song, because that song slapped.
Oh, yeah, the theme song, yeah.
Yeah. And I also watched the movie, which was not very good.
Oh, the live-action ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember...
Vilgax just showing up randomly. I was like, oh, God, this is great. But looking back, it was not good.
Yeah, no.
I think I tried watching the other shows, but I just could never get into it. But... from what my friend Will says, they really did. It was a lot of fun, still continuing on and following it. Like, it never lost its luster.
No. That's why I liked Ben 10 Alien Force, personally, because, it just followed on the good beats from the original show. It wasn't just retelling things that never happened. It was very much the Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball.
Yeah, they've just grown up more since then,
And they've evolved the characters as a result, which I loved.
Yeah, I should really go back and watch it again, because I think I only ever really watched, one episode of Alien Force, and that was the opening one where Grandpa Max, dies or whatever. I don't even remember what happened.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. But yeah, the show's in good hands, definitely with Man of Action, so yeah, I feel confident with that.
Yeah, same here. And I think that's all that we can really say about Sonic Prime, the Netflix show that's coming in 2022.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch, and hopefully it'll be good. So.
Okay, so with that, let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. So if we journey back to Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, what we know is it earned $319.7 million, or £231,782,500, I believe. I could be very wrong, but whatever. I did my research. Shut up.
It made a shit ton of money,
forgot
basically.
to carry the one.
It made a lot of money.
Yeah. Which is rightfully deserved, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's worldwide, by the way.
Yeah.
It has a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, 4 out of 5 on Common Sense Media. So, I know I saw it twice. I loved it.
As did I.
Even if it was a little simple at times, it was fun. Ben Schwartz is good as Sonic, if a bit kid-like still. Like, the snark was there, but I felt he was more childish, which makes sense for the first film, to be fair.
He definitely seemed a little more helpless than I would have liked Sonic to have been. But, because I felt like he just relied a little bit too much on the people around him, whilst I think, the Sonic I know from the games would sort of go head at it straight away,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I loved Ben Schwartz's performance in it. He sounds how Sonic should sound to me. So yeah.
Agreed. Even if it was a bit childish, I did like it. Yeah. Jim Carrey as Eggman. I know we were all like, it was a mix of two things. Fuck yeah, it's Jim Carrey, but also it's Jim Carrey. How the fuck is he gonna do this?
Yeah.
We weren't sure about it, but god damn, he fucking nailed it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And even from that first trailer before they changed the design, we were all sort of unanimous in Jim Carrey was going to carry this fucking film,
Yeah, without doubt.
Yeah.
But even, despite the fact, it brought Jim back to what we know.
Yeah, this 90s over-the-top goofball.
Crazy person.
Yeah.
Just having complete, absolute fun with the role.
Yeah. Exactly, and he knew it. You can tell he had a good time, because the moment he confronts Tom and then Sonic shows up and he screams, there you go. That's all you needed to know.
Yeah.
Then yeah, so I don't think it could have gotten any better with that. The human characters like Tom and Maddie, they were fine.
Yeah.
Sonic died. Yeah, they were fine.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like angry or upset. Yeah.
They were a lot better than I thought they were going to be. I was expecting this Neil Patrick Harris Smurfs just getting in the way kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But they weren't that. You know, they were decent characters. You know, and again, I said this to you the other night, Keiran, but it felt like they focused a little bit too much on them rather than Sonic, at least when it came to the Jim Carrey Eggman stuff.
Yeah, but I think they were just building off, like, I think because it was the first movie, that for anyone who didn't know what they were going in for, they probably wanted to build it properly as a film.
Yeah. But I say, as the movie itself, I think it's, well, arguably, yes, the best video game movie out there.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Only issue I've ever had with the movie is that Sonic felt more like a side character in his own film.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
he did.
Like Sonic also died like 2 separate times.
Yeah.
The bomb that stuck to him during the car chase, then being shot at by Eggman near the pyramid. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, one other thing, the floss dance I could have done without, but it's whatever, you know.
You could say he died like, I guess, well, not really died, but you could say he got put out of action like 3 times when Tom knocks him out with the tranquilizer as well.
Yeah, but that's more a way to keep him out of the animation.
Yeah, which is probably why they had Tom interact with Eggman more than Sonic did, probably just to save costs, but you know.
Yeah, it's probably exactly what it was. But yeah, like the floss dance I could have done without, but that's whatever. I understand what they were doing there.
I really don't get why they changed that from the trailer, where he does that cute little Sonic twirl jump and...
That was more Sonic to me.
It was.
The floss... like, if they did the floss dance when he was on the bed and kept the original dance, I would have been fine with.
Like, Keiran, you and me were both there in the cinema. When he did that floss dance, everybody in that room groaned.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was okay. So all in all, it was a pretty great movie. And the end credit scene, Tails showed up, which everybody loved.
Everybody went nuts.
It's like, oh my god, it's Tails! Yeah.
Also, that made me think of something recently, because like we said, most of the voice cast have been gone, and for the film they actually got Tails' voice actress from the games to do the role.
Yeah, that's what I'm unsure about. I have that in my notes actually. But yeah, point is, the Sonic 1 movie worked out pretty well. Yeah, so what we know about the Sonic 2 movie, I'm just going to call it Sonic 2 because it's easier, and from this point out, I'm not talking about the games unless I specifically say so.
They had Emerald Hill Zone playing in the teaser trailer.
That goes into one of my points later. It's scheduled to release April 8th, 2022, which a lot of people freaked out that, oh my god, they're going against the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, what's wrong with them? But no, that Into Spider-Verse was delayed till October, if I remember right.
See, that I was unaware of, but that'll probably work in their favour, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was totally going to be like, look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah, that's very much Alvin and the Chipmunk versus Force Awakens kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, they released at the same time? That's...
Yeah, they did. So yeah, I know it's scheduled to start filming in March in Hawaii and Vancouver, according to the actress for Maddie. So I know that's what's going to happen. She's coming back as well.
Yeah.
Jeff Fowler is coming back as director, which I think that was his director's debut. I think
it was.
I know it started.
Yeah.
I know it started off with
get that short film.
Tim Miller from Deadpool, and I'm kind of glad they didn't go off with him because I think the tone would have been different. But
yeah, I mean,
Jeff Fowler, I think, nailed it.
Yeah, and Tim Miller wanted to go work on Terminator anyway, so, you know.
Yeah.
Well, some fates are worse than death.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm guessing the main cast is scheduled to return. Not sure about Tails yet. So the voice actress from the game was the one who did Tails. I know that Sega didn't have a lot of control over like the casting and stuff, so I wouldn't be shocked if she returned as Tails, but I'm not sure if she'd be like, no, they've kind of screwed me over, so I don't really want to associate myself with the thing.
Yeah, which
but
you can't,
I could
also
really blame her. I could also see her going, yeah, that's a job.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
We'd have to wait and see with it, because again, if she didn't come back, I don't think too many people would be upset about it, because Tails only has like 2 lines of dialogue at the end of the film anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they changed, but I also wouldn't mind if they didn't. You know?
Yeah, you know. That way she could still voice Tails, even if it wouldn't be as often as it would be in the games.
Exactly, yeah. There was an early rumor that Knuckles is going to show up, and it was going to be played by The Rock.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with it. I would have been okay with it, but the new rumor that is showing up is that Jason Momoa, Aquaman himself, is going to be cast as Knuckles, which I wouldn't mind at all, to be honest.
I think his voice would suit it very well, like that sort of gruff. Is that a word? Gruff.
Yeah, it's like a bit of grit.
Yeah. I think his voice would suit Knuckles' tone of character.
Yeah.
I remember there was a rumor in between The Rock and Jason Momoa. There was like a rumor for like 5 seconds that one of the more popular mumble rappers was going to voice Knuckles. I was like, oh
God.
Oh no, that's not going to work.
I hope not.
Hunted P for Knuckles.
Oh my God. I don't know about that, but whatever. Yeah, so if Jason Momoa was Knuckles, like, I wouldn't have minded, but, like, to be honest, a part of me kind of thinks, or wishes it wasn't a big Hollywood star, but, like, a big, talented voice actor, you know, because we see that a lot in movies where a voice actor is dropped for a, like, Pikachu, Ryan Reynolds, because, you know, he's a big Hollywood star, you know?
Yeah.
It feels a bit kind of, okay, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Yeah. I would much rather, like, voice actors be more recognised, because I don't think they are in, like, the big Hollywood movies or anything. I think the last time, like, one example I can think of is way back when The Mask was released, the TV show came out, and, like, Rob Paulson did the voice of The Mask, and there was a whole news thing about how it can't be Jim Carrey, so check out this guy, and they pushed him up. So
yeah,
I think that's the only example I can think of. Like, it's kind of a small inverse, but you know, they really showed off the voice acting being a proper art. But you don't see it respected as much anymore, and it annoys me.
Yeah, especially in films, like I was going to say, which is why I was really happy that they went for Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic instead of some
because
big
he
celebrity.
wasn't like, don't get me wrong, the stuff he's worked in is great.
Yeah,
but
what was the show he was on? Was it Parks and Recreation?
I think it was
I believe
it was Parks and Rec.
NYPD Blue.
Yeah, that too. He's worked on a few things. Yeah. I also know he's in. You remember that show that came out? It's got what's his face from The Office, who played Michael Scott.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell, yeah. They were in Space Force, and I think because they were making fun of Trump, but you know, I think he's in that show, and it's actually pretty decent from a clip I watched.
Yeah.
So he's not a massive, like, big Hollywood star, but he's a big enough actor, which I can respect him doing the, you know, voice acting for.
Yeah, which is what I like. That again, they didn't go with someone huge, and it's like you said, voice actors can get seriously screwed over when it comes to, like, films, especially like when it comes even in the Sonic movie. Like, you go and look on the front cover of the DVD. You have James Marsden and Jim Carrey. There's no mention of Ben Schwartz on there whatsoever.
You sure? I could have sworn it was.
I mean, maybe on the movie poster, but I think on the Blu-ray that I have, I don't think Ben Schwartz's name is on the front of it.
Let me just do a quick Google, because I could have sworn that it was there.
Yeah.
That's a rather unfortunate thing of marketing, because how are you going to get people who are just passing by to buy it? You know, they see Ben Schwartz.
Yeah, he's not on
Jim
there.
Carrey,
Jesus.
we better buy this.
Which is not an uncommon thing. Like, a lot of films have done. It's like I haven't watched this film, but I saw the DVD for a lot of it at work. But like the My Little Pony film,
right.
all the voice actors that they got for it were all like the big celebrities just for that film. Like the actual main characters, the cast, their names were nowhere on the cover. And
Jesus,
it makes me sad that voice actors get really screwed over when it comes to top billing. And I'm
they really, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Like, they're the main characters, you know? I mean, I get it, like, you're trying to put asses in the seats by having the name of this person who's in the film, but it just seems like a real show of disrespect to the actual
the people
maker.
who actually put a lot of hard work in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a shame, because they're not as high up on the totem pole for stardom, but like, look at what happened with Tom Holland when he was announced as Spider-Man. Look at him, he's put on a fucking pedestal everywhere now.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
He was this new guy, but imagine if you presented that for this in the same way as you would for voice actors. But
yeah, the only time you're gonna get the voice actor to be top billing is if they are this massive star, like Ryan Reynolds in the Detective Pikachu movie. Of course his name is going to be right there on the cover, because it's Ryan Reynolds. But,
it has to be, yeah.
But if it's going to be someone like Tara Strong, yeah, she's a massive voice actress, but in terms of like this big Hollywood scope, she's not going to be nowhere near as well known as like Zendaya. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. But again, Jason Momoa as Knuckles, I can definitely see working.
Yeah.
Although, yeah.
It never hurts to get experimental with the voice actors. You know, try people who are really unknown, like the Rockstar method, because the game company Rockstar has had some issues working with actual actors in the past, because Vice City had both Ray Liotta and, who was it, Burt Reynolds? And, they were fucking assholes. So, from that moment, they've kind of had that method of, we only deal with mostly unknowns. And as such, you get those really standout performances like Rob Wiedoff and Roger Clark. Like, very distinctive voices, but you don't see them in, like, many roles.
Yeah. Like, I think a lot of that is the transition from when you're mainly an on-screen actor and then you go to do something like voice work. Like, it's a big change, you know? Yeah. So that's probably what a lot of it's got to do. I mean, it doesn't excuse anyone being an asshole, you know, to work with. But that's what I put it down to, you know?
And I'm with you there. But I think that's kind of all we know about the Sonic 2 movie now. I fully fucking expect this video and discussion to be horribly outdated, like a week or after or before it's uploaded. It's been known to happen, but like I think it's time we do speculation. I have a few trains of thought that we can go off of, and it's only like a couple of bullet points that we can run around. Like, first off, what do we want? Us personally, what do we want to see, and what do we want from Sonic 2, the movie? Jesse, do you want to go first?
I'll throw this one out of the way. Don't pull an Amazing Spider-Man 2. Don't.
What do you mean?
Well, for context,
just don't exist.
Too much too quickly?
Yes, that's it, because the first Amazing Spider-Man was a good setup.
It was decent,
the universe.
It was alright, yeah.
But the second one, Sony was like, okay, we've got something here. Now people are definitely going to go see the sequel. Let's
send in everyone.
Everyone?
Which one?
Everyone!
But they tried to push the whole universe aspect. You know, we're gonna make our own multiverse, our own cinematic universe, because Marvel's doing it, damn it. And it really hurt the film. Because, like, you could tell, like, focus was put fucking everywhere, not paying attention to what should have been, you know, a plot about, you know, a continuation from what happened last time.
Yeah,
it's just like you kill Gwen Stacy because we have to. Fuck over Green Goblin because we have to, and then this ending shot. Let's have the fucking like the Sinister Six set up, and then have Peter Parker not want to be Spider-Man for a while, but bring him back straight away. Yeah. Do that.
Let's have this mysterious character.
Threw it all.
Yeah. Let's have this mysterious character who you can't see their face, but we have no idea who he's going to be. I'm not making that up, by the way. They had no plans for that character. They just threw him in because.
Yeah,
I will say this.
It was crap.
For like the extent of who I want to see in terms of Sonic characters in the sequel, Tails, Knuckles, anyone else, I hope they're slow. I hope they don't just kind of ham-fist somebody out there like, here's Shadow.
Like, what? What I expect is it's going to be Tails, Knuckles, and the Echidna tribe. That's what I see, and nothing else.
And that was still one of the biggest shocks to me in the first Sonic movie, is the fact that, oh shit, it's the Echidna tribe.
They showed the fucking Echidna Clan. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I missed that the first time on the viewing, because we got in there, like, a few minutes afterwards, but when we talked about it afterwards, I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And so I would love to see that. Like, I had this theory in my head for a while that what they might do is, I always thought like this sequel would just be focused on Sonic and Tails, and then in, I don't know, whatever
Sonic 3 would have Knuckles, similar to the games. I think they're taking a few liberties just to build the hype.
Yeah.
Because I can see Knuckles showing up in 2. It wouldn't shock me, because... I think the excuse they'll use is, well, actually, if you lock on Sonic and Knuckles with Sonic 2, you can play as Knuckles in Sonic 2, so there you go.
If they did that, I would love it.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, for me, what I want to see... I've got a few things. I want to see the Sonic and Tails dynamic played well, because... Sonic in the first movie kind of played the role of Tails, like being alone and needing a friend. That was Tails' shtick, you know?
Yeah.
Like in SA1, Sonic 2 in the manual, like Tails literally ran after Sonic because he thought he was cool and he could have a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Sonic played that role in Sonic 1, but I think in the end credits scene of the first movie, Tails was pretty confident. He's already got that plucky attitude from SA1, but he just hasn't met Sonic yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like he seems to know who Sonic is. Like I'm guessing that's who he's talking about at the end of the film anyway.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what's gonna happen, but I have that for later on in a big thing. But I think going off from that, I want to see Sonic a little older and more cocky. I want him to be so smug, full of snark, and I get what the first movie was doing because they were setting him up and he was still kind of alone. But I don't want to see him as childish anymore. He's got his friends. I just want to see him cocky, quippy, and a little older and experienced, and taking more risks, because that's one thing that modern the shift from classic to modern Sonic did, is he was a bit... if you want a weird example, look at the trailers for classic Sonic stuff. He was going through loops, doing rolls and jumps. Simple. Yeah. But if you look at, say, Sonic CD, the animation thing, or if you want to look at the Sonic Generations opening, if you wait a little while, Modern was flipping, doing all this cool parkour, running around, taking risk shit.
Yeah,
I want to see him go a bit ham, and even if it results in him running into a wall because he's not concentrating properly, at least he's doing it, because he's trying to be more out there, and less reserved,
It's weird, but it's a perfect example of, like you say, the Sonic CD opening, or even all the classic Sonic stuff. He doesn't talk. but he doesn't need to, because you get his whole shtick and you get his personality just from his mannerisms and
exactly.
just the way he moves, you know? Which, is what I hope they bring into the sequel. It's like I said earlier, I would like them to make Sonic a lot more less helpless than what he was in the first film, where it feels
he did feel quite helpless, you're right, yeah.
He just feels like he relies so much on other people around him.
On the other... Yeah.
And I get that, because you don't think about it till afterwards, but oh shit, yeah, he would have been on his own without any interaction with anyone for about 10 years, because
Which is pretty hard on him.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, yeah.
Because he left that planet when he was about 5 years old, and it cuts to 10 years later, so he's 15, like the age he is now. So when you think about that, it's like that would probably mess up a lot of people if they didn't have anyone to talk to for that amount of time.
And I think he was like talking to himself constantly, just so that way he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people who like talk to themselves, so that way they would.
Oh, I do it all the time. It's
yeah.
To keep the sanity.
Yeah, to keep the sanity, exactly.
Yeah.
Another thing I would like to see, or rather hear, more Sonic music. The only Sonic music we heard in the first film was the very beautiful version of Green Hill, but...
There was the Friends, I think it's called the Friends theme from the Mania trailer. That was in there
from Hyper Potions.
Yeah.
I feel like that was hand-fisted, to be honest.
Yeah, just
Yeah, but if
there was that small piano remix of Green Hill Zone at the end of the film as well.
That's the one I said.
Oh, was it?
It's a very beautiful version, but
yeah.
It was a chilled out lounge version.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but Sonic isn't about lounging around. It's about speed and getting you fucking pumped.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting it to cut to like the next scene to have like Tom or Maddie just one of them playing on the piano or something, but it doesn't. It's just a lounge.
Oh, I would have really liked them to have like had Tom playing or Maddie to give Maddie something to do. Like playing that song on the piano. I would have liked that a lot. And I think we're gonna get more Sonic music, because if there is anything to go off of from the recently released teaser that came out showing off the new title with Sonic 2 with the tails on the 2, we hear Emerald Hill.
Yeah,
we heard Emerald Hill,
which makes me so happy.
It made me like, oh my god, it's Emerald Hill. That's literally what I did. So like I think we're gonna get more Sonic music, and I want to hear it less loungy and less referential and more like, let's play fucking Sky Sanctuary when they're fucking around, speeding around, having fun, you know?
Yeah, or like if there's a scene in the film where Sonic and Tails have to go to these mountains or something, then you just hear this remix of Hilltop Zone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something wacky like that. I would love that.
Yeah. That sort of goes back to what Jesse said earlier about with Sonic Prime. You know, if they have to include these kind of references, I'd rather they be to sort of, the games and not necessarily pop culture.
To move it along as well, rather than be like, hey, look at that obvious Easter egg, you know?
Yeah.
If they're gonna plant the seeds, just, make them subtle.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not like, like...
Look at this obvious seed that I am planting! Look at this! Yeah, I don't want that, no.
Yeah.
Look at this weed plant! It is an obvious allegory to silver.
Yes. One thing I want to see is... I'm pretty sure Knuckles is gonna be in the film.
Yeah.
But, if he is, and he plays a big part in the movie, rather... one of my thoughts was he was going to play the same kind of role that Tails did at the end of Sonic 1. I don't think they will. I think he's going to have a bigger part. But if it's going to be a big part, I want him to be muscle first, ask questions later, and then when he realizes what an idiot he's being, he will never admit it because he's too fucking proud.
Yeah.
So, the Knuckles character done fully to the extent it was based off of in Sonic 3... and adventure and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the best version, you can see of him being duped, being a moron, and then will never admit it because he's too damn proud, is the Sonic Mania Adventures cartoon where all of his like internal monologuing is done in like doodles.
Oh, yeah, and the thought bubble things,
yeah. I want him to have that kind of like attitude, but he will never admit it to anyone.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be like a tough guy, be outward going as a tough guy, but when he cracks and you see like he'll go, shut up, you know, like that. I want him to have that kind of like, I will never admit.
Yeah.
I will never admit to you that I am a sensitive dude. Shut up.
Yeah. Or I won't admit that I was wrong and you were right. Which they do. That's Knuckles' entire personality just summed up right there. So if they get that, I'll be more than fine with it.
Yeah, and only like when he shows up in a later film, I want him to be more relaxed. Because personally for me, when I first met Knuckles was in Sonic Heroes, he was chilling out at the back of the tornado with Tails, like, how you doing, Sonic? How's things going? I'll help you out. Like, he was very friendly and outward going and chilled out.
Yeah.
But when you look back and you see, oh, he was a bit of a dick. He was like an anti-hero at some point.
Yeah.
I want him to be that, like, a threat. But then when he realizes, wait a minute, I've been duped. No, I'm going to channel all my fucking energy with my new friend Sonic now.
Yeah.
I want that to happen.
I think a lot of more modern fans forget that I mean, again, like, we weren't around at the time, but when you look back, like, Knuckles was very much a rival up until might even have been like Adventure 2 or something, before he was really considered a friend of Sonic, you know, like, especially in that kind of classic era, you know.
Yeah, without doubt. Because one of my problems with SA1 and SA2 is, like, Knuckles is constantly like, you guys go on ahead, I have things to do, which is literally just looking for the emeralds. I feel like his character was never really, like, built off of properly. Between the characters, it was more like, we need you, Knuckles, as a story beat to allow Eggman to get the emeralds again.
Yeah.
You know? So it was just a matter of, they just used him rather than take advantage of what qualities he had.
Yeah.
So
I mean, his story stuff in those games was still a million times better than anything they've done with Knuckles in, like, the more modern stuff. Like, I think the worst Knuckles has ever been written was in Sonic Lost World, where he's just this, I can do it better than you can, I can do this, you know, and I'm like, that's...
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, it's like, that's not Knuckles' character. He's... Yeah.
Yeah, and Knuckles as, like, the general leader and forces, what the fuck are you doing? That is not... That should have been Silver's MO.
Yeah, he's a lot more... Well, Silver's kind of... I mean, he's a bit more gullible. He'd probably be a lot more...
like, in terms of combat and, like, stuff, Silver's been around that for ages, if we're going off the fact that he was in 06.
Yeah.
Like...
No, like,
he knows that shit inside and out.
Like, I have no idea, like, which lore Silver fits into anymore when it comes to
Nobody
Sonic,
fucking does.
Like, it doesn't make sense where he comes from at this point, but
Do you know what? Fuck, I think it was Izuka. I think he said, like, it's in a fucking Did You Know Gaming moment where, like, someone asked him, like, why doesn't anybody remember Silver? He literally said, so everyone had, like, amnesia. Like, fucking what? Come on. But yeah, the thing is, I just want to see Knuckles done right. That's it for me.
Yeah, me too.
One thing I also want to see: Badniks. I want to fucking see Badniks.
Yes,
I want to see a stupid fucking Ladybird Motobug robot. I want to see that so bad. You do not even know. Buzz bombers and all sorts. I want that.
Absolutely, me too. Because like the Badniks, that's one thing I loved about the film, is that they're actually called Badniks. Like, when he turns on the power and you see it just labeled as Badniks in the generator. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were okay, but they were very clean.
It was very much Sonic Forces /
Sonic
06.
Yeah.
Because they were very generic. Hey, this is a bad robot. Kill it.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas, like, Heroes, the Egg Pawns, fucking, they had so much personality to them.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
That's why you see loads of them thrown around when, like, in different levels, in like bow ties and jackets and whatever. But yeah,
in like generations and all sorts. Yeah,
yeah.
Like, I love that. But I want to see Jim Carrey in a fat suit. We've seen him be in a fat suit before.
Yeah.
But I want him to be absolutely in a fat suit, hamming it up because my favourite bit about Sonic 1 was all of Eggman, obviously.
Yeah.
But my favourite part about it was he became crazy. You saw he was a bit nuts, obviously, a bit mad scientist, but he was intellectual. He knew what he was doing. He knew his goals and how to go about it. He was very like the that weird button thing he had set up on his gloves.
Yeah.
Like he was like an intellect. He knew exactly which button did what and how to do shit.
Yeah.
And he was very proper, very about like, I want this latte this way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, like, because it was as the movie went on, he got constantly fucking frustrated, angry that his plans weren't working, angry that a human was protecting his goal, angry that this little hedgehog was being a snarky little dick to him. He got angrier, and then he finally fucking snapped as he lost, which is why at the end, when you see him in Mushroom Hill, I'm going to call it Mushroom Hill.
Everybody does, so yeah, go for it.
Yeah, when we see him he's finally lost it. He has a rock, and he says, "Rock innocence,"
Yeah, he's talking to it very much a la Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Akin to Wilson,
Wilson!
Yeah. I want to see more puns, I want to see more stuff like that. I think that is the type of Eggman that we all wanted to see.
Yeah.
But seeing the transformation of being a smart mad scientist to absolutely batshit insane, pissed off scientist, that was the best part of the film.
Yeah.
Without doubt.
Just to see his degrading, well, not really mind, but his degrading sanity throughout the film.
Yeah. Because he got frustrated. He snapped because it's not working.
Yeah. When he's used to stuff always working for him up to that point,
Exactly, yeah. And so, I know we obviously know Eggman's going to be back.
Oh, yeah. They'd be crazy not to bring him back.
Yeah, what I want for him to be then is more angry and wanting revenge for the fact that a fucking hedgehog that's anthropomorphic beat him.
Yeah.
And he is pissed about that. And that is his end goal now, just to defeat the hedgehog. And I think that is the best way to set up Eggman. They couldn't have set Eggman up better, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people feel the sequel has such potential because of how it ends, the things it's building up, But it's like, but going back to what you said about the whole like Jim Carrey in the fat suit, like I'd be fine with either. Like I thought they actually made it work really well, like because Jim Carrey's obviously this skinny, slender guy compared to Eggman.
Yeah.
But he still made it work really well, so I wouldn't mind either way.
Yeah. At the very end, when he's in like basically the Eggomatic, which it wasn't, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
One thing I can totally see happening now, he was in a red suit.
Yeah, he was.
And I think he's just gonna evolve into the Eggman that we know.
Yeah.
Because it was red and it suited him right at the end. He's gone bald, he has the crazy mustache.
Which I love that they went over the top with it and made it look like the full-on games mustache.
Yeah, but here's my last bullet point for something I want to see. There's 3 things that I want to see. I want to see Chaos Emeralds, I want to see the Master Emerald, and I want to see Supersonic.
See, honestly, like, Chaos Emeralds, yeah. And if Knuckles is in the film, then yeah, Master Emeralds would be a thing. But I only just thought about this now. I would really love if Eggman shows up, and during his time, he's built a Metal Sonic. That would make me really happy.
That's actually something I've got going on. I have like a setup for where I think the story's gonna go, but we'll talk about that later. But Chaos Emerald, Master Emerald, and and Supersonic. I think that's gonna happen. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think that would just work a lot better, because we don't know how else Eggman is going to get back. He has, like, the wreckage from his Eggomatic and, like, the tube that was holding Sonic's quill.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be able to create things with that easily, because it's Eggman, but I don't know how he would return. The one Chaos Emerald is all he would need. Chaos Control, man. I think he would be able... Like, I don't think he's gonna do Chaos Control, but I think the Emerald would allow him to do so.
So you think, like, he finds one of the emeralds in, like, Mushroom Hill, and maybe the rest of the emeralds are in the other dimensions that Sonic has on the map that he had.
Very akin to GT, where the Dragon Balls have been sent through the universe.
That could work, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Jesse? What do you want to see in...
That's what I was going to say, because, like, obviously, you're going to have to bring the Chaos Emeralds in, because they always play a big part in nearly every plot of Sonic.
Yeah.
But, like, here's the question, though. Say the sequel does just as good as the first one, and they have to do a third one. Like... How to put this?
Are you going to say Master Emeralds? No.
That could be a possibility, but...
Super Emeralds, I meant. God, no. Please don't. I love them, but not for a movie.
Yeah, no, that would be just...
Because, like, obviously, if we're going to go along with the plot that Eggman stumbles upon them, finds them, and Sonic's like, oh, shit! We better collect them.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, what
then the plot's going to repeat for the third.
Sort of like in Adventure 1, where they're on this kind of hunt against Eggman to try and find the emeralds before he does, for whatever reason.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen is, like, we're gonna see a scene where Eggman is doing the best he can with his, as much as he's roboticized in Emerald Hill. He's gotten fat from eating so many mushrooms. Then he gets frustrated, like, why is none of this working? He kicks something, it falls through something, and then he throws a tantrum, very Vegeta in Z, trying to become a Super Saiyan for the first time on that meteor or whatever. And then he, like, falls on the floor, he smashes his fist on the ground, and then he looks up, and then there's a red emerald.
Yeah.
And then he grabs it, and he's like, this might work. I don't think he's going to find them all. I think he's only going to find the one. But yeah,
honestly,
we're going more into where I think the story might go and what I would like to see.
That set up an idea that's very much either a pre-credits cutscene or a post-credits cutscene,
or it's a scene that's a small flashback where it explains how Eggman returned.
Yeah.
That's what I think it's going to be.
Or start the film out with it, just to kind of say, hey, remember this guy?
Yeah.
Guess what? Now he's coming back.
Just so
I think it might be good to open the film with that and then go off on something else, because I have an idea of where the story could go. But before we touch on that, we've talked about, like, what we want to see, but what do we expect to see? Because I'm expecting memes again, like crazy.
But hopefully not,
not too crazy. One thing I would love to see. So in Deadpool 2, we saw the action figure of the shitty fake Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, that was Deadpool 1.
Oh, it was Deadpool 1. Sorry. So what I would like to see is, in the time between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, the movies, Sonic has been making a name for himself in Green Hills, helping people out. Someone has made a toy of him, and it's his old movie design. That would be hilarious.
I would
be fucking fine with that, I would love that.
Honestly, I was thinking that idea in my head, but I was thinking more Boom Sonic, but yeah, the old design, that would be much funnier.
Yeah, because the studio is very self-aware about the fact, like, yeah, we fucked up on that, let's just do this, so people laugh, like, they get it, well, everybody's on the same page, When a studio makes fun of themselves, me as, like, a consumer, I feel like, oh, hey, I feel like we're all on the same page of agreement. Like, yeah, we fucked up, but there you go. Here's something funny. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know.
You can even go to Sonic. You're like, it even says your famous catchphrase, and you press button. It says, meow.
Meow. Yeah. I do have a question for you though. Do you think we'll see the tornado? I don't think so. I'm not sure.
That's. I mean, it would be cool. It would be even cooler if they would really deep dive into the lore and have. I mean, I don't know if this Sonic would build it, but obviously in the original Sonic lore, Sonic owns the tornado. Like it's before Tails has it.
Then Tails just fucking starts customizing it like behind his back. Like, dude, what are you doing? That's my plane.
Yeah, without his permission, but. Yeah, that would be cool. Like, again, I can't really see Sonic building, to be honest, anything in any sort of version of the character. Like, maybe he finds it or something, and he brings it back to Tom, and he's like, hey, look what I found, and yeah.
Or it's a weird present from Tom and Maddie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I expect. But
yeah.
I don't think the tornado's going to happen, but... Yeah. Do we have anything?
The only way I could see it being in the film is building up to it. You know, like Tails is working on it throughout the entirety of the damn film, and then end payoff.
Yeah,
like,
or
that's
like
all I see.
When Tails finally finds Sonic and they pull a Sonic X and he sees the plane and he starts working on it. Then Sonic comes back, sees him, and Tails goes, "Oh, sorry, I can't help myself with this kind of thing," and they just go from there.
1 second. Keep yourself recording. I've just got to go grab something from my brother real quick. 1 moment.
That's fine. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what else I would really like to see. It's like we were saying. I would really love if Metal Sonic or Silver Sonic was in the film. Just so Eggman finally has something. It's like, hey, you know, I have my own version of you now that rivals your speed, and then you have some cool fight against it. Maybe he's powered by a Chaos Emerald or something, but
okay, I was gonna go off on that and say, okay, hear me out here. Eggman uses the Chaos Emerald to power Metal Sonic, because at first his idea is revenge. You know, oh well, I'll do that. I'll get back at Sonic. But, and hear me out here, obviously Metal Sonic's gonna be a threat. They get the Chaos Emeralds, and like with the 7th one nearby, you know, Sonic turns into Super Sonic.
And that's when he takes on
Eggman's like,
Metal Sonic.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
There's more power with all of these combined.
Yeah.
And then that could set up the plot for 3 being about him trying to collect them, you know, so that...
Yeah, like, if the Emeralds sort of did... Because they actually did something like this in Sonic X. It's only really until recently I realized, oh, they just ripped that off Dragon Ball, but they did a thing in Sonic X where every time somebody used the Chaos Emeralds, they dispersed, and like you had to go and find them again. So if they did something like that, say if Sonic turned into Super Sonic at the end of the film, and then they go after it, and then Eggman, like you said, Eggman realizes the power of these things and tries to hunt them down himself, and Sonic has to go after them too. I think you could have a good setup for another film there.
Are you still talking about it without me?
Yes.
Sorry.
What did I miss?
We were just
nothing much.
We were just going into about like the Metal Sonic stuff. I brought up the like if it could be Metal Sonic or even Silver Sonic, because that was essentially the Metal Sonic prototype, I think.
Yeah, Silver Sonic would be a good point to be at.
Yeah, and I brought up that what if like maybe Silver Sonic is like too much of a match for Sonic, but at that point of the film they find the last emerald, or they come together somehow, and that's when you first see Sonic transform into Super Sonic, and he makes mincemeat of Metal Sonic, but that's when Eggman realizes, oh shit, these things have got serious power.
Yeah.
And then I even brought up, I don't know if you remember this, Keiran, but do you remember in Sonic X, they basically just do the same thing from Dragon Ball, where every time you use the emeralds, they disperse and you have to go and find them again?
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking if they do something like that, and then at the end of the film, Eggman tries to go and find them for himself to really utilize the power of it, and Sonic has to go and find them before he does again.
Yeah, that it would make sense. But I think now's a good point to go off of what do we expect / want to see the story go, because I have a doozy of an idea of where the story might go.
Again, like, it's up in the air really what they could do with it. But yeah, what have you got?
It's a bit of a doozy, so here goes. So, it starts off with Eggman. He is fat. He is trying once again to he's roboticized a small area of Mushroom Hill.
Yeah.
And he's set up this weird teleportation thing that doesn't work. He attempts to try it, and then poof, it blows up a little bit right in his face, and he gets frustrated. A bit that fell off, he grabs and chucks into the mushrooms. He's like, why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this work? He kicks it, hurts his foot, falls over, and then he starts smashing his fists on the floor. And he's like, why doesn't it work? Why? Then he looks up and he sees one of the Chaos Emeralds, which allows him. He has a big smile on his face, and then you cut from there, and then you have the panning shot of Sonic running around being crazy, and then you have the title drop of Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah, that's why I said I think that could work a lot better as a pre-credits cutscene.
Yeah. So after that, we see Tails. We see that, and we have some banter between Sonic and Tom or whatever. Or we, instead of starting with that, right after Eggman finds the Emerald, we see a flashback. Tails running around South Island / Green Hill, whatever it was at the start of the film. He finds an injured Longclaw, the owl from the first film, and Tails helps her escape the Echidna Clan, who are there.
Yeah.
Which includes a young, naive Knuckles, who screws up. He tries something ballsy and it doesn't work out, which allows Tails and Longclaw to escape, which the Echidna Clan get angry at Knuckles for, which helps Knuckles build a character from there.
Yeah.
So Tails and Longclaw escape, and you have a cut where there's a time skip. Longclaw has explained everything about Sonic. Maybe it's a hidden thing that we didn't know about in the first film. And then you see that Tails is a genius. Electric gizmos, gadgets, all sorts of shit. And then Longclaw explains that there's only one way to travel between the dimensions. Well, there's one way. There's a few ways to travel between dimensions. And then she says, but I gave Sonic all the rings. Tails goes back to Sonic and Longclaw's old home. Tails finds a ring, and he uses it to travel to where Sonic is, which opens up on the end credit scene. I found him.
Yeah.
So then we see Sonic running around going crazy. It's been a few years. He's been growing, becoming more cocky, and even faster. He's running around, speed of sound, helping out where he can, but most of all he's been having fun in mountains, all sorts. He's enjoyed movie nights with Tom and Maddie, he adores chili dogs, and he has the snark. But he can't help but feel a little trapped. He's still an anthropomorphic hedgehog, and there is nothing else like him. So, even though he has his friends in Maddie and Tom and the dog, he still feels like he's trapped. Not as childish or down, but he still feels a little lonely because he's still trapped because he has to hide from the government and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where you can understand where Sonic's mindset is there. Then you cut to another scene where Tom is sat at a long highway road like he was in the first film when Sonic was fucking with him.
Oh yeah, with the speed thing.
Yeah, and it's just with the speed thing. He's with Sonic, and they're messing around, bantering with Sonic because Sonic is trying to break his personal best speed limit. Sonic and Tom,
I can see that.
Yeah, they're bantering, and then Sonic's like, "Hey Tom, check this out," and then he boosts like a motherfucker, like crazy. He keeps going, and Tom freaks out and goes, "Whoa, look at that!" And then he looks up, and I can either see two things happening. He sees Tails whiz by him, and he's like, "Huh? What was that?" Or Tails is like, he flies in right in front of Tom and goes, "Ah, ah," and then Tails continues to chase after Sonic, paying Tom no mind, and Tom goes wide-eyed like, "What is that? There is another thing like Sonic? What the hell did I just see?" Yeah. And then we have a sequence of Tom chasing Tails in the police car, and Tails is chasing Sonic, and then it's a fun and energetic sequence. Sonic, where we have Sonic music. I would love that. Then Sonic says to himself, "I guess I should turn around now," and then he turns around and smacks right into Tails, and they both fly over the car. And there's a slow motion sequence which is funny, like and Tom is like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And then there's a bunch of like exposition, explanations and stuff. I think there should be more with Tails and Longclaw, like there's a threat that's coming or something like that.
Yeah.
But Tails explains that Longclaw survived, but is older, a lot older. Sonic's in shock about this, doesn't know what to say, doesn't know how to react to that. And everyone reconvenes, including Maddie and whatnot. I think there's going to be a thing with Tom and Maddie having a kid. I think they're going to go off of that a little bit.
Yeah. To be honest, I thought
that would be a good way to write them out of the story.
Yes, that would be a good way. Yeah.
But going off from that, whilst all this stuff is happening, there is the Echidna Clan. There's another cut, and we see the Echidna Clan. They are looking after the Master Emerald, which includes an older Knuckles. Knuckles is then given a task by the clan, who's like, "You need to prove yourself to us now." And then Knuckles gets frustrated, like, "I've been doing it ever since we lost the owl or whatnot." And there's an argument, and then Knuckles goes off, is sent to hunt the Chaos Emeralds by his clan. As he is searching and is away, the place where the Master Emerald is attacked by Badniks, an Eggman who has a Chaos Emerald. He's fatter with the mustache, and he takes over stuff, and then he hides his robots away, including his egg pawns and his eggomatic and shit, and he makes himself look in trouble, and he looks to Knuckles, who returns, and he deceives Knuckles, saying that Sonic is responsible, and he says, but Eggman has looked at the Master Emerald, and he's like, he doesn't look at the Chaos Emerald as a limitless source of power anymore. He wants the Master Emerald. So he says, "What's your name, thing?" And he gives Knuckles the Chaos Emerald to go after Sonic, because Eggman used the Chaos Emerald to get to where Sonic's original home was. So he gives Knuckles the Chaos Emerald to go find Sonic in the real world. So while Knuckles is out and about, and it allows Eggman to harness the power of the Master Emerald to either take him home or create even more dangerous things, powerful badniks, a metropolis zone if you want, all kinds of stuff like that. And then we get into like the next act, which is Knuckles entering the scene where Sonic and Tails encounter Knuckles, all while Sonic is trying to figure out, what do I do with Longclaw? How do I do all this? And then Knuckles shows up, and Sonic has a bit of anger towards Knuckles. This would be a good like dynamic, I think, because Knuckles' tribe was the one who shot Longclaw.
Yeah, because Sonic did see that they were echidnas that attacked him at the beginning of the film, so I can definitely see that kind of grudge you would have.
Yeah, so then there's a big sequence of chasing, fighting and stuff, and then we can see like what a good kind of... This would be a good point to introduce the homing attack, I think. Yeah, but I want Knuckles to be ham, go crazy, punch, breaks shit, break Maddie and Tom's new car, for example, and they'll be upset like, that was the minivan, you know? All kinds of stuff like that. And then Knuckles name drops Eggman, and then Sonic goes, wait, what did you just say? And then they're like, oh, damn it. And then they explain everything to Knuckles, and then Knuckles realizes, shut up. You know? Then he realizes and gets angry at the fact that he was deceived. So, then they realize that he has a Chaos Emerald, and they have to do something along that lines. A lot of this is very like open to change and stuff. This is just like a really shit pitch of something I would like to see.
Honestly, dude, I've been sitting here with the biggest fucking grin on my face. I would love to watch this film.
Yeah, so then Sonic looks to Maddie and Tom and goes, I have to go save them. And with Knuckles and Tails, they use the Chaos Emerald and they go back to South Island / Angel Island to see Eggman has roboticized lots of it. You see maybe egg pawns, you see motor bugs, you see buzz bombers, you see all sorts of shit, slicers, you see all that kind of shit. And then they go after Eggman, and they, despite all their best efforts, they fail trying to take him on, which brings in Silver Sonic. I actually had this in my head. Silver Sonic shows up, and using the... and built into the Silver Sonic is the tube that had the quill. And
honestly, that sounds a lot cooler than my idea of it just being a Chaos Emerald. The quill would make more sense.
Yeah. They lose. They lose. Even with one emerald, they lose. And they escape. And then Knuckles is like, well, what do we do now? Even with one emerald, we can't do this. And then Tails takes Sonic back to Longclaw. And Longclaw is still old and injured. Well, she's ailing, is my point. They have a tender moment. Maybe Longclaw passes away, giving Sonic an emotional moment. But he gives him conviction, you know? I could see that happening. So... But in this tender moment, Longclaw sees that Knuckles has an emerald. And then they surmise that they need all 7 to defeat what Eggman has done. And it's a big adventure leading to a couple of battles between Eggman and Sonic, and sometimes Sonic wins. And then eventually they get all the emeralds. It's going to be a big... I don't know how they'd get there, but the point is they would get the emeralds. And it ends with a big battle with Sonic finally destroying Silver Sonic. He hasn't gone Super Sonic yet. He destroys Silver Sonic. And then Eggman goes, that wasn't my final test. And then a big Eggman mech, the Death Egg robot, if you want, shows up. And it's really dour. Even with all the emeralds, it's all a really shocking situation. Knuckles and Tails are trying to save any remaining animals that have been trapped by his roboticizer, and the Echidna tribe. So, then Sonic has a moment where he dies again, very much like the moment with the bit at the end of the first film where he only gets powered up again because Tom says he was my friend. Very much like Generations, the emeralds surround Sonic, and then he goes super, and then then it's basically the beginning of Sonic Unleashed, where Supersonic fucks up Eggman's robot, and they save the day. And it's a great moment. And then Sonic returns the emeralds to the
Master Emerald?
To the Echidna tribe.
Yeah.
Then he returns to Longclaw where she passes away, I think. That would be a good moment to have it, I think. Maybe. Then he, using his rings that he brought along with him, he returns to Tom and Maddie and he says, I need to stay here now. This is where I belong. He wishes them goodbye and a thank you to everything that they've ever done. And if they need to return, they will. He says goodbye and wishes them well with their child that they will have. Write them out the story that way. It's a sad moment, but there you go.
That would be a really good way to write them out, though.
Yeah.
It's not like you just forget them like Transformers or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then Sonic and Tails speed off in the tornado, maybe. That might be a good point to bring it out. With like the leftovers of the roboticized area, Sonic and Tails could make a tornado and then they would fly off in it. And Knuckles looks after the Master Emerald. However, then we have the credit scene. Then the after credit scene. Eggman is thwarted but not quite done, as he chipped off some of the Master Emerald, and he got some of Sonic's quills. In the end credits scene, we see Eggman creating Metal Sonic, and that's where it ends.
That was so good.
It's bare bones, but that's kind of what's been in my brain.
Dude,
bare bones, ass. That was pretty meaty.
I would seriously watch and enjoy that film. Like, oh, you've got all the important stuff in there, and oh yeah, dude, you're so good at story things.
I wouldn't change a thing. That's pretty damn good,
isn't it? You know, like the only thing like what I thought they would have done with Knuckles would be that maybe the Echidna tribe has like an initiation thing, send him to go and hunt down Sonic, and then bring him back, and then maybe if he does bring Sonic back or whatever, or he finally sees what the Echidna tribe are like, because that's something that was very much like it in the games, that they were kind of assholes.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, so they could see it like that, and maybe he changes sides and decides to help Sonic that way. I don't know, but
maybe he sees the moment with Sonic and Longclaw and realizes, wait, are we the baddies?
Yeah.
You know?
Very much an Avalanche thing in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But that's kind of like the idea I had for like a bullet-pointed story.
I can see why you were up till 7 planning that, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fuck my life. I'm glad I just had a cup of tea, because I would have suffered if I didn't.
But yeah, seriously, dude, I mean, I'd watch it, definitely.
Yeah, so would I. But is there anything like else that you guys would see, or like would want to see? Any ideas of a movie? Like, don't go off of what I said. Like, say what you think that you might see or would like to see, or maybe play off what I said. I don't know. I don't want to be like the head honcho guy.
No, but honestly, like, everything you said, I would love that to be in a sequel. Like I said, the only things I was really thinking about was the stuff with Knuckles. And to be honest, I hadn't really given much thought to, like, how Tails knew about Sonic. It just didn't occur to me that, oh shit, yeah, there's Longclaw and he has the ring, so maybe he met up with Longclaw. That would make much more sense. And she tells him about this blue hedgehog who could help them out or something, and he should go and find him. And then that's why Tails knows who he is. But yeah, that's all I can really think of.
Yeah, maybe, like, because my thought was Tails finds Sonic to say, hey, your friend's still alive, come see them. That was my idea, but I could also see them having a point where there is a threat. Maybe it is Eggman, and Longclaw says the only one who can save us is Sonic, and then...
Or maybe Eggman finds the Echidna tribe, and he convinces them to work with him, and maybe maybe they bring up Sonic somehow, and they're like, wait, you mean that blue hedgehog who can run really fast? And it's like,
not that irritating hedgehog again!
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I know where he is. Like, you let me use your... I don't know,
powers.
Maybe... Yeah, let me use your powers, and I can take you to him, and you can get him back or whatever. And maybe, to see if he's telling the truth, that's when they send Knuckles ahead to Earth to see, see if he was bullshitting them or not. He'll find Sonic, and then, like I say, maybe he brings Sonic back then, and whatever. Eggman turns on the Echidna tribe, maybe then, attacks a whole bunch of them, and then they're like, oh shit, we fucked up, can you help us? And Sonic, Eggman battle, whatever, Silver Sonic, go for it.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think I could see a Silver Sonic, not a Metal Sonic, but a Silver Sonic, or I don't know if they would mix in elements from Sonic 3 and Sonic CD. I would love it if they did that for the sequel after this one. But yeah,
that would be very cool. Although when I think it through, in Sonic lore, at least in the classic stuff, I don't know if it's 100% for certain, but doesn't Sonic CD take place before Sonic 2?
Yeah, it does, actually, now that you think about it, but...
So when you think about it, that would make Metal Sonic the prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, doesn't make a lot of sense, because you see Silver Sonic, who, just screams first of his kind. But yeah, I could see them just, if they were to do something with Silver Sonic and Metal Sonic, they would work around that and be like, Metal Sonic looks cooler, so obviously we're going to make him the more advanced version.
Yeah, and then in the Sonic 3 movie, it's Mecha Sonic.
Yeah, fuck, I would be the happiest little boy if they brought in his design from Sonic Heroes or something.
Neo Metal Sonic, yeah, that'd
Neo
be
Metal
badass.
Sonic. Oh, that is my... I told you that's my favourite version of Metal Sonic.
Same here, Heroes is my favourite Sonic story, I don't even care. But
along with the 5-minute transformation scene.
Yeah, I don't care. Get over it.
It's not that long.
It's not bad.
Honestly, when you watch Goku go Super Saiyan 3 50 times, it just it's not that long.
Well, yeah, that's all I have in mind, and because don't get me wrong, I like the human characters, but I don't feel like they could add any more to it anymore. If they do, it's going to be very Sonic Adventure style.
Or even Sonic Unleashed, kind of. Like Professor Pickle or something.
Yeah, and if they do that, the way I said it, with the rings, it leaves it open. Sonic could even end the film, giving them the rings.
Yeah.
I just had a really horrific thought.
Oh god, go on.
You mentioned how, the human characters... I've forgotten their names, so...
It's Tom and Maddie.
Yeah.
Tom and Maddie.
And Maddie's
they have a kid.
Sister, who I'll be happy if they never show her again.
Chris.
Oh, don't you dare.
No.
We're gonna name him Sonic.
The Paramount executives just hear that and they're like, write that down.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think they would do that. But they would... Yeah, it would just be cool to see different ideas thrown out there. I could be way off. Way off. But I think I'm gonna enjoy whatever they present to me. There's certain story beats that I want to see. I want to see Knuckles. I want to see Tails and Sonic and Tails having a good relationship.
Yeah.
I want to see the Chaos Emeralds, and I want to see Super Sonic. Even if Eggman comes back. Another way to solidify the fact that he's gone off the walls crazy. He sees Dr. Stone again, and the guy who did his lattes. He says...
Who just kind of disappears at the end of the film.
Yeah, he says, Dr. Robotnik, here, let me go make you a goat latte. And he just says, just give me anything. And then Stone's like, but you always have it this way. It's like, I don't care anymore. It's just another way to show that he's off the rails.
Yeah.
Stone ends up working as a barista.
Yeah, well...
Do you remember what I told you?
Working the product placement.
That was kind of always his role.
Yeah. Do you remember when I told you we all theorized that he was going to be Snively?
Well, yes, he's kind of the Snively. He doesn't do anything except get scared.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, Crush 40 music. Bring it in, please.
Yeah. Yeah, like, even if it's just the themes they've done before, or even a brand new theme, I'll take whatever Crush 40, you know? Maybe even just get Jun Sonoa in there to just help Junkie XL with the soundtrack. I don't know.
Yeah, I would be happy with that.
Yeah. Jun Sonoa, Otani, whoever you want.
That's kind of what I want to see in a Sonic movie too. I
Dude,
can almost guarantee
would be the perfect Sonic movie for me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a mix of like exactly what I want to see, given the tone that they've already set.
Yeah.
Because my favorite thing is that they went to San Francisco, and like everybody makes the joke in Sonic Adventure 2. Oh yeah, they're in San Francisco zone. But yeah, so like even if they go off the fact that they keep it set in Earth, like yeah, that'll be fine. But I would prefer to see more of Sonic's world.
Absolutely.
Even if it takes longer for the film to come out because it requires more animation and whatnot, I wouldn't mind it.
It would be absolutely worth it for that.
That's what makes Sonic like recognizable, like the colorful zones, the different aspects, the music. That's what Sonic's built off of, you know.
Absolutely, it's like that mystery. Like when you see him open up the map and you see the different world, you know, you see
the Master Emerald at the top.
Yeah, and you see the world that's shaped like the Sega Saturn logo, and just I want to see what that's about, you know. So if it takes more time, if I get to see more worlds like that, then go for it.
Yeah. Also, I know this is completely off topic considering the Sonic movie, but bringing up Sonic Prime again, I want to see Blaze in that series.
Yeah, I want to see Blaze in most things. Yeah. She's like one of the most well-written Sonic characters, so it would be cool to see her.
Yeah.
Doesn't get enough love.
I mean, they just forgot she existed for Sonic Forces, which, you know... I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you can use Silver and then just forget that Blaze exists.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
She would be better in the role.
She would have been a good commander for that game.
But yeah, that's kind of where my thoughts lie with what I want to see in a Sonic 2, and I can't wait to watch this back after seeing the movie and being like, I was so wrong.
Or maybe right, you never know.
I was off by a millage.
Like, do you know kind of like what my dream would be? Like, with one of these discussions. We've done it with like the E3 discussions before, but we're not going to be having any of those anymore.
Not for a while.
Not ever. But like...
State of Play discussion?
Yeah, I'm sure we could do that. Like
State of Play, Nintendo Direct, whenever they come back, yeah.
Yeah. But my expectation is... like, what my dream is, I want to have a discussion. I do something like what I said, where this is what I want to see in a movie, and I fucking nail all of it. Yeah. I would love that, and be like...
I mean, dude, there's a good chance...
Don't come at me with a lawsuit.
Because some of the stuff you said there could be very plausible. Like the idea of a Silver Sonic being powered by the quill that Eggman still has. I could see that being a plot device.
Yeah, I don't think like it will be strong and enough to knock Sonic back, but I don't think it's going to be powerful enough because it's going to be made from basically scrap, and also like it's not going to be full quills because Sonic got his quill back.
Yeah.
But the thing is, well, he didn't get it back. He just absorbed what he needed from it.
Absorbed the energy, which I guess just starts to grow back after a while anyway.
Yeah, but I think with any, like, I don't know, remnants of the quill, it would be enough to give some power and speed.
Yeah.
And Eggman harnesses that with Silver Sonic, but obviously Sonic is strong enough to get over that, you know?
Yeah, I think, like, if they went with my idea of Silver Sonic beats the shit out of him, people would go nuts and be like, but why Sonic should be able to take out Silver Sonic no problem, and you know. Yeah, which I mean, yeah, I guess in theory he would, but it's a movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me that's where I'm good to finish.
Yeah, I mean we've been doing this for 1 hour and 50 minutes now, so yeah.
Yeah, nearly as long as Sonic 1, the movie.
Yeah. Actually, no, I think longer. I think that movie was just over an hour and a half.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what... A lot of this was my personal thoughts, but I didn't really want to take over too much. So
it's like I told you though, dude. I've had this itch to just have a full-on discussion about something like this for a while, and I'm so glad that we could scratch it. You know.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more we can talk about soon. I have a lot of thoughts. I want to do a discussion on Final Fantasy VII Remake soon.
I would love to do that.
Jesse, if you are down for that, just let me know.
Well, I haven't played through it, unfortunately.
Dude, okay. play that fucking game. It's amazing.
Play the original first, and then play the remake. Because, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think we should do next.
Yeah.
For a discussion, because I have a lot of thoughts about that.
Yeah. I've got a lot of discussion topics for where they could go with part 2 and onwards, but you know.
Yeah. But other than that, I think I'm good to end it there. If you guys are.
Yeah, I'm good to end there. I've said all I want to say.
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to add was we were talking about what we want to see, and well, agree with you about the Chaos Emeralds, but again, I think how they should set up the third one is Eggman just kind of realizing the power that having all 7 could be. That's just it.
Yeah, that would be a good way, and yeah, I think that would be a good idea, because he only ever had the one, but then he gave that to Knuckles because he saw a really, really, really big one. So yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't think about
it was a big rock.
It's not just an emerald, it's a rock.
It's a rock.
But yeah,
pioneers used to drive these babies for miles.
But I could see, like Jesse said, I could see Eggman like realizing the potential of it. Like Sonic goes supersonic, and Eggman's just like, wait, that's illegal. And
yeah, that's illegal.
And then that sets up for, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have forgotten about these things so quickly. I'll go and look for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which would tie into this whole... I mean, it's lazy, it's Dragon Ball, but they go off in different directions. You have to go and find them. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. And I think... I'm not sure if I would want Eggman to return to Earth. I don't think I would want that. I would want it to be the basic setup of... He's they're both in the same world now, and they both... Eggman desperately wants to destroy the Hedgehog because he is duping his superior IQ, god damn it, and he cannot stand for that. And that builds off of the dynamic they've had for years.
Yeah. That's one more thing I want to add. It wouldn't... You could still do the film, it would probably make it easier to do it without it, but if you wanted to add special stages to the story somehow...
Yeah, that was something I was actually going to bring up. But I know we said we were going to end it a little bit, but special stages, do we do that, or do they just find the emeralds?
That's the thing,
I don't see it working.
Yeah, because, I mean, you have the giant rings that they use to teleport between worlds.
But that's just more teleporting, you know?
Yeah, but maybe if they wanted to, they could work in some kind of Sonic 1, Sonic CD. Oh, there's these special rings that go to these different worlds, and there's the emeralds that are there, you know, but they're different from the teleportation ones, but I don't know.
If you do bring up the, the special stages, instead of just Eggman finding it, maybe he's... instead of opening up a portal to Earth, he opens up a portal to a special stage.
Yeah, maybe more like the ones from Sonic 3, where they're hidden away and you have to go and find them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's the last thing that's
that's all I can see. The only reason I never mention the special stages is only because it would be hard to translate it into a movie.
Yeah, you can get away with it with a game, go to this checkpoint with these, you can do that.
Because it's meant to be a bonus anyway, so...
Yeah. I mean, they've been able to do it with the comics, I think they've even bought that before, of, oh hey, we can use the checkpoints to go to different dimensions or special stages, but, again, yeah.
Pockets in reality that are void of life.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I don't think we can add anything. Just like I don't think special stages could work.
I don't think it would work either, which is why I said it would just he would just find one at the start of a film.
Yeah, like it. Like, to be honest, you could just do it how Sonic X did it, where they're just hidden around and you have to go and find them. It'd probably make it a lot easier.
Yeah, a lot of less strain on the people as making it as well.
I'd admire the dedication, absolutely, but you know, I wouldn't be mad if they didn't have them. But that's all I can really say about it. I just hope it's a really good film.
Yeah, I just hope it's good. I hope it's better than the original.
Yeah, but which I think, to be honest, like,
hard to do.
Yeah, like, as much as we say we love the first film, there was definitely a lot of room for improvement, which, you know, you could absolutely do with a sequel.
Yeah, because, like, there was a lot of things in the original that I liked and a lot that I didn't like. The bar scene, was that really needed, you know?
I'm gonna be weird with that, but honestly, the bar scene where everything slows down, that is my favourite scene of the film.
I do like that scene, but it feels like not only does it show off how fast he is, but it also shows off, hey, we're doing the Quicksilver thing. But we also, it also shows off, like,
if you take it out of the film,
you're not.
Really
exactly.
Yeah.
Jesse nail on the head there.
Besides, you know, letting Eggman get back on their trail when he goes there later on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally the only thing that you get from that is that Sonic was there. It's another breadcrumb trail. That's it.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, the slowdown stuff, that or the final chase at the end of the film were my favourite parts of the film, easily. But yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that they could make this sequel even better.
Same here, man. Jesse, any closing thoughts?
Nothing much, just got a gut feeling this one's actually going to turn out probably even better than the original. Probably more, like, on a global scale, like, damn, this is good.
Yeah.
How ironic is it that it's Sonic that actually finally gets video game movies right?
The video game movie's correct, yeah.
Yeah. You had Emerald Hill Zone in your teaser, I'll take your entire stock.
Yeah, to be fair, there is one thing that I saw that I found hilarious. What if the pandemic both started and ended with Sonic the Hedgehog movies?
That would be amazing. If the next film I saw in cinemas was
Sonic 2, because Sonic 1 was the last one I saw in cinemas too.
Same here, just... Oh,
it's
that would...
So
you cured my coronavirus.
Yeah. But yeah,
I guess we should end it there.
Yeah, we should end it there. Jesse, you're our guest for today. Plug your shit, my friend.
Hello there, my name is Jesse, otherwise known as Imamo Chester. You can find my YouTube, just type in Imamo Chester, all lowercase.
It'll also be in the description.
Yes, it will. And I sometimes do highlights of 1-up commentaries, which, speaking of, next up will be Metal Gear Solid, and I'm gonna look forward to that.
And please go and watch them, because this man works his arse off for it, and he deserves all the recognition.
And I will also say,
me with good stuff.
Yeah, I will also say those videos are very humbling, and it makes me feel like what we do in terms of the Let's Plays is very much. It feels
like
very
we're being recognised.
It's not only recognised, but it also feels like. I said it in the update video. It feels very much like the guys that I was watching, Brain Scratch, FTCR, Clement, all those guys. They had highlight videos, and it feels like. I feel like I'm providing
now.
I'm providing a smile for people that are watching us, like how I watched those guys and they gave me a smile, you know?
Yeah.
So those videos make me feel that way. So thank you for doing those, Jesse. I did not expect you to be working on those, but seeing after you did the Resident Evil one, I was like, oh wow, this feels good. This feels nice. So thank you so much.
The Resident Evil one I wanted to do like ages before, but I had a weird technical hiccup on my end. The old PS4 I had had crashed, and for some reason the file to start Share Factory was corrupted, so I couldn't use it.
Oof, that sucks.
But what came out was good. But yeah, check out Jesse's stuff. His YouTube's going to be in the description, as will his Twitch, because I know you do streaming as well.
Yeah, I stream over on Twitch at EMCMend. I usually have a schedule of Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. for those who live in the East Coast, and for those who live in the UK, that is 3 a.m.
Oof.
Yes. I mean, if one of those days, if I'm off, maybe I will come and join you, but time zones, they're a bitch.
Time zones are a bitch. Like, what time is it there? We started at 5 p.m. for me and Tom. What's it there for you, buddy?
Let's see. Well,
it has been 2 hours, by the way.
Yes. Well, are we talking about when we started or what it is right now?
When we started and what it is right now, because it is 7:30 for us. PM.
I believe 9 a.m.
So it was around,
dude.
Yes,
just after
There's
7
about
a.m.
an 8-hour gap.
This dude got up out of bed for 7 a.m. to do this with us.
Well, I know he got up for food, right?
Yeah, I gotta cook somebody breakfast. And I suppose the only other thing to plug is Twitter. EMC Mend as well. I tweet weird stuff. Sometimes I'll be deep, sometimes I'll be a goofball, and yeah, that's about it.
All of that good stuff will be in the description, so yeah, go check him out.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thanks, Tom, as always, because you're always fun to do these discussions with.
My pleasure, bro. I'm sorry if it felt like I interrupted a lot of you guys. I just get so into these discussions.
It's Discord, so a lot of the time we feel like when we're on train of thought, Discord doesn't allow us to... Yeah, it's how it works.
This happens all the time when we play D&D, so yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's a good place to end it. We will see you when we see you. At the time of this recording, actually, I'm not going to bother saying it because this will probably be uploaded after the Metal Gear 1 live stream goes up. And I will say this here: sorry for the shit quality of that, because I noticed that the music of the game was very low, and you can barely hear me, and I'm not even sure if Tom and Dan were heard. So if that's the case, I'm sorry that's how it turned out, but the next session will be fine, I promise.
Honestly, I wasn't aware of the music because I had it muted just so there wasn't any echo.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get it sorted. You know, we're still getting used to this kind of thing.
Yeah. I have also adjusted my OBS to be better. It's a slightly lower quality with more bitrate buffer things to allow it, and it's connected straight to the Ethernet, which I thought it was anyway. But yeah, I think things are going to be better from now on. My plans are to obviously upgrade from a Mac, but this thing was free, so I'm going to take advantage of what I've got.
You might as well.
Yeah, so...
my plans are to eventually upgrade as well, and then get some kind of editing software so I can give you a hand with future stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I think that's a good place to end it. My wonderful fiance has just come in with dinner, and it smells fucking fantastic. So
I'm gonna go get some food too.
Yeah. I'm sure the moment I upload this a week later, there's going to be a proper trailer which fucks over everything we've just said. And if that happens, we'll do like a 15-minute discussion of saying, "God fucking damn it, why?" But yeah,
I mean, if they do drop a trailer, I'd be surprised for one thing. Like, I think it's still too early, but I'd take it. You know,
it's way too early because I know they're filming in March, but yeah,
there you go.
What if we call it though? Like, what if we get the trailer for something, we got it right, then the 15-minute discussion is just
it's gonna be, oh my god, we fucking did it. We'll be like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I'd be even more excited to see the film because
it's like everything I said.
Yeah,
but again, we've said we're gonna end it like 5 separate times, but let's end it properly. Farewell, everybody. I'm gonna leave links to what we need to, and if you want to catch me, Tom, and Dan playing random fucking games, you can check those out. Yeah. I also have a live stream schedule that is Metal Gear Mondays. I play Metal Gear games from 5 p.m. to 8:30 in UK time. Wednesdays, I'm going to be playing random games, like I'm just going to pick a game out of a hat and play. Then Saturdays, this Saturday, I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy VII on the OG, the PS1 version. That's starting.
He has a speed up on his emulator, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, and so grinding will be to a minimum. And Sundays is called Supersonic Sundays. So I'm going to be playing Sonic games. I'm not going to be playing all of them because I don't have all of them, and frankly, I doubt you want to see me playing Sonic and the Secret Rings, and unless you do, and then you're all bastards. But
Keiran, you can't call yourself a Sonic fan if you don't stream Sonic Spinball for the Game Gear.
I'm not playing. I am not playing
the same thing about the Metal Gear thing you said.
Yeah, I'm not playing the Game Gear version. I'm playing the Genesis version. But yeah,
both are bad. So
yeah, but anyway, we will end it there. I want to thank everybody for joining us, and see you for the next discussion, whenever that is.
Yeah.
Fairly well.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Wear a mask.
Tell your mom I said hi.